Let's take a look at the order of operations. Now they got a clever way of remembering what to do when. So order of operations. It's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now the first letter of each word tells us what to do. Now the P says you do what's inside of parentheses. Now this doesn't say you get rid of parentheses. This says do what's inside. Besides parentheses, it also will include brackets. So if you have brackets, you do what's inside the brackets. It also includes absolute values. So if you got absolute value bars, then you do what's inside the absolute value. The E is for exponents. So you do exponents next. Now these you do together. The M and D says multiplication or division as you encounter either one from left to right. So multiplication or division is you encounter either one from left to right. That doesn't mean you may go through and do all the multiplication first, then you do all the division. You have to just do either one as you encounter from left to right in the problem. These you also do together. The Aunt Sally, you add or subtract as you encounter either one from left to right. I know you can't read my writing, but that's okay. You hear my words. There you go. So again, you add or subtract as you encounter either one from left to right. Let's take a look at some problems dealing with this. Now fractions we'll handle a little bit differently, and we'll see that. Okay, so we got 10 divided by 5 minus 7 times 2. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please do what's inside the parentheses. There is no parentheses. Excuse exponents. There is no exponents. My dear, multiplication and division is you can encounter either one from left to right. Well, our first one we encounter is this one right here. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and everything else carries down. I'm still on the my dear part. Multiplication division. There's another one. Here's a multiplication. So we got 2 minus 7 times 2 is 14. Aunt Sally, addition, subtraction. Well, we can combine these two together. 2 minus 14 gives us negative 12. And that's our answer. Let's take a look at this one. We got 50 minus 4 times 2 minus 8 divided by 4. Okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please do what's inside the parentheses. There isn't anything inside the parentheses. Excuse exponents. Don't have any exponents. My dear, multiplication division. Well, going from left to right, our first multiplication division is right here. So we got 50 minus 4 times 2 is 8, and everything else carries down. Well, still doing the multiplication division part. There's no more there, but here's one. 8 divided by 4. So I got 50 minus 8 minus 8. Oops. Try it again. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay. Aunt Sally, addition, subtraction. Well, our first one is 50 minus 8. That's going to give us 42. And then 42 minus 2 gives us 40. And that's our answer. Let me double check that. 2 minus, yeah. Okay, let's look at this one. We have 5 minus 2, and that's a bracket. I'm not sure why Word does that. 8 minus negative 2 squared. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Says do what's inside the parentheses, what's inside the brackets. So we're going to handle what's inside the brackets here first. Within there we have parentheses, but there's nothing to do inside the parentheses here. It's just a negative 2. Okay, so we're handling what's inside the brackets. See, please excuse the exponent first. So I got 8 minus. An exponent only affects what's to its immediate left unless there's parentheses, and affects everything. So this 2 is affecting the negative 2. Well, negative 2 squared, negative 2 times negative 2 gives us a positive 4. Now I'm still doing what's inside the brackets. 8 minus 4 is 4. And that was our first part. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Get rid of what's inside. Do what's inside the parentheses. Do what's inside the brackets. Now, next part. Please excuse exponents. Don't have any exponents. My dear, multiplication and division. Well, here we got 2 times 4. So we got 5 minus 2 times 4 is 8. Aunt Sally. 5 minus 8 gives us negative 3. And that's our answer. That's actually when people miss a lot. They'll take 5 minus 2 and get 3. And you can't do that because you have to follow your order of operations. Let's take a look at our fourth example. Got 10 minus 3 times negative 2 to the third minus 30 divided by 5. Okay, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'll do what's inside the parentheses. There's nothing inside parentheses, there's negative 2. Please excuse exponents. So I'll do this third power. So 10 minus 3, negative 2 to the third power. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 times another negative 2 gives us negative 8. And everything else carries down. I was doing this negative 2 to the third. Okay, there's no more exponents. My dear, multiplication and division. Well, here I have negative 3 times negative 8. So 10 carries down. Negative 3 times negative 8 gives us positive 24. Minus 30 divided by 5. Still on my dear, multiplication and division. So 30 divided by 5. So we got 10 plus 24 minus 30 divided by 5 is 6. Now, if you're wondering, well, why didn't you do negative 30 divided by 5? Well, negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6, so it gives you the same thing. On to Aunt Sally, addition and subtraction. So first thing, 10 plus 24 is 34, and 34 minus 6, our last one, gives us 28. Assuming no basic math error. Sometimes I don't add and subtract like I should. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Got negative 3, absolute value, 5 minus 9, plus 4 squared, minus 3 squared. Now we handle absolute value a little bit different. Negative 3 carries down. 5 minus 9, do what's inside the absolute value. That's negative 4. In this case, though, we'll actually get rid of the absolute value as our very next step. Absolute value's only purpose is to make whatever's inside positive. So absolute value of negative 4 gives us 4. And everything else carries down. That was the please part. Excuse, exponents. I'll do 4 squared. I did that first, and then I did all of this. Okay. So everything else carries down. Negative 3 times 4 plus 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. Minus 3 squared. Still doing the excuse part. 3 squared gives us 9. On to my dear, multiplication division. Well, here's a multiplication division. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, plus 16 minus 9. And Sally, addition, subtraction. We got negative 12 plus 16, which gives us 4. And then minus 9 carries down. And 4 minus 9 gives us negative 5. And that's our answer. Now let me double check that. Negative 12, 16, minus 9, 4 minus 9, negative 5. Okay. I don't go off of script on these. It wouldn't be any fun for me, and I wouldn't create them then. So I'm doing this on the fly. As a consequence of that, sometimes I do have errors in these. So if you run across any errors, just let me know. And let's see, this is 3 minus 6 minus negative 4 squared. Now this one's going to demonstrate how to work with a fraction. I'm just double checking I wrote everything down correctly. Okay. Now when you got a fraction, what you do is you handle the top part separate, handle the bottom part separate, then you handle the fraction. So let's work on the top part. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Well, we'll do what's inside the brackets first. Within the brackets, I have a set of parentheses. So I'll do what's inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to do this right here. So I got 4 times 5 minus 8, and 2 plus 1 gives us 3. Now down below, I have to do my, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally down there too. There's parentheses, but there's nothing to do inside the parentheses. So I go to the please excuse exponents. I'm going to do this negative 4 squared. So we got 3 minus 6 minus negative 4 times negative 4 gives us positive 16. Back up on top. Still doing what's inside the brackets. There's no more no more items to do inside of the parentheses. No exponents. Multiplication, division. Here's 8 times 3. So 4 carries down. We got 5 minus 8 times 3 is 24. Over. Down below, adding and subtracting, we got 3 minus 6. Gives us negative 3 minus 16. Back up on top, 5 minus 24 is negative 19. And down below, negative 3, negative 16 is negative 19. Now, I guess I kind of lied to you a little bit. I said they do the top part completely, do the bottom part completely. But yeah, that is what you're supposed to do. But notice, here's negative 19, here's negative 19. Those are going to cancel. So you can cancel that and cancel that. And then that'll give you 4. Now let me double check all that. 3, okay, 24, 5 minus 24 is negative 19. Okay, 16, that's negative 3 minus... That's negative 19, yeah? Okay, that's our answer. Let's take a look at this one. I pulled these out of an old elementary algebra PowerPoint I had. And I hadn't taught the class for a while, so I made up these problems, but I don't remember them. Okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's no parentheses, there is exponents. So I'm going to take 2 to the 4th power. Everything else just carries down. So I got 7 plus 2 times 2 to the 4th. 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8, times another 2 is 16. Please excuse my dear, multiplication. 2 times 16. 7 plus 32. On Aunt Sally. Addition, subtraction. 7 plus 32 gives us 39. And that's our answer. And last example. 3 to the 4th minus 2 times 4 minus 2 squared minus 5 squared. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Please do what's inside parentheses. Well, we have 4 minus 2. So we got 3 to the 4th minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, so 2 squared minus 5 squared. Nothing left to do inside the parentheses. Please excuse exponents. So do 3 to the 4th. 3 times 3 is 9, times another 3 is 27, times another 3 is 81. So that's 81 minus 2 times 2 squared minus 5 squared. Still doing the exponents. Here I got 2 squared. So I got 81 minus 2 times 2 squared, which is 4, minus 5 squared. Still doing exponents. So here we got 5 squared. So we got 81 minus 2 times 4 minus 5 times 5 is 25. My dear, multiplication division. We got 2 times 4. So we got 81 minus 2 times 4 is 8, minus 25. And Sally, addition and subtraction. 81 minus 8 gives us 73, minus 25. And then the last addition and subtraction is right here. 48? Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 13, 1, 6, yeah, 48. And that's our answer. Let me double check those numbers. Okay, 30, 43, 48. Yeah, 48.